Greg, what's just happened?
What? Oh, I've cut myself. See, I need a blue plaster. You've actually used blue plasters for this, aren't you? Hi, I'm Greg. I'm going to be cooking today a salt-baked mackerel with a pickled samphire and carrots and lemon and coriander mayonnaise. Would you like to come over here, see my ingredients? So we've got some granulated sugar, 1 whole lemon, star anise, some samphire, 1 egg, 1 chilli, juniper berries, dill, coriander, lemongrass, 1 small carrot, and of course the mackerel. And of course, not forgetting the cider vinegar and rapeseed oil. So we're going to start with the pickle. So you need your chilli, get your chilli, cut it down the middle. And you want to scrape the seeds out because the seeds are a little bit hot. So you only want half the chilli for this. Scrape the seeds out, not like a dickhead. So you just kind of chop the chilli roughly like this and get that in the pan. Then you want 1 star anise into the pan and 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. Peel and finely chop your carrots. You want to throw your carrot in with your samphire. And you just need to wait for the pickle to heat up, and then you pour it over and put it in the fridge. Let's take my glasses off, steaming up. So we're going to pour the vinegar over the veg, the samphire and the carrots. And we're going to cover it and we're going to put that in the fridge to cool. Now we're going to do the mackerel next. So we'll get the mackerel out of the fridge. First things first, we want to separate the egg. So you're going to use your yolk for your mayonnaise and you're going to use your white for the salt crust for the mackerel. What the salt crust actually does is it keeps all the moisture inside so that you have a nice moist fish, and then you don't need to worry about the skin, you don't need to worry about it being over salty because you peel off the skin and that's when you know it's cooked. Let's take a handful of dill, just roughly chop it, because all this is going to do is this is going to scent the mackerel once it's cooking. And we'll put that in with the egg whites, and take a handful of juniper berries as well, probably about 8 to 10 juniper berries in there. And then we add 350 roughly grams of salt, which should be enough to cover your mackerel. And we'll just stir that together until it comes completely together. If it's going to be a bit dry, you can add a bit of water to bring it together better. So once we've done that, get your mackerel, which should be gutted, bring it onto your chopping board, and you want to get your stick of lemongrass. You want to peel off the outer layer because we're going to leave the lemongrass in there when you eat it, and often the outer layer of the lemongrass can leave funny bits in your teeth. That's not very nice. So peel off the outer layer, and before we chop it roughly, you want to just bash it with the back of your knife. Get some of the juices flowing out of it. Get something you can see there. A lot of the water's coming out of it. That's where all the flavour comes from. So you want to just roughly chop that, and you just stick them inside your mackerel like that. If it's not all the way down, you can just get all the way down there so you've got that room to get all your mackerel in, all your lemongrass in. And also, of course, we want to season that mackerel on the outside. You've got your salt seasoning, so it will season the mackerel. You want to get your pepper on there as well. Season it on both sides and in the middle. Now you've done that, you can get it in the oven to first things first, you need to get about a tablespoon of salt crust and lay it out on your baking tray. Enough to kind of make a bed for the mackerel. Now you need to stop your mackerel raising up so the salt crust stays a salt crust and doesn't kind of crack, because you want it to stay in there. So you want to get a few cocktail sticks and just at an angle pierce them through the mackerel like this. Do you want to do a close-up shot of that? Because it looks pretty impressive. And you put it in a preheated oven at around sort of 170 to 190 degrees for about half an hour, and that should be enough time to cook the mackerel right through. So now we're going to start on your mayonnaise. You've got your egg yolk already separated in the bowl. You want half the juice of a lemon for this. If you use the whole juice of a lemon for just one egg yolk, then it tends to become a bit loose. You want a nice thick consistency to the mayonnaise. So you squeeze half a lemon in there. If you put your hand there, you catch the pips. Stop the pips going in there. And if you add a small drop of vinegar to that as well, and good seasoning, salt and pepper. Now I summon the hand to help me with the mayonnaise. And you want someone to slowly drizzle in your mayonnaise. And the lovely thing about rapeseed oil, a little bit more please. The lovely thing about rapeseed oil is it makes your mayonnaise a nice attractive yellow colour. It's quite nice having a helper to do this. Normally I just hold the bowl between my legs and I look like an idiot. It should be about 200-300 mils of rapeseed oil. Should get this nice and thick, the sort of consistency you want. You want to get your coriander now. Just the leaves, you don't really want the stalks in here. They'll give it a funny texture. So stop when you start getting to the stalks, and you want to sort of roughly, but fairly finely chop that. You want to be able to see the bits, obviously. You don't want it to go funny. Throw in a handful of coriander into there and just stir that in. At this point you want to taste your mayonnaise. Check if it needs anything. Often it needs a little bit of sugar. So take this out of the oven now. Should be cooked. The salt's gone brown on the outside, quite dry. Should be nice and moist on the inside. So I'll just leave that to one side a second, and we'll get the mayonnaise on the plate. So the mayonnaise is chilled in the fridge. Stop it kind of becoming a glob on the plate. We'll put it into sort of a ramekin, and you can dip it in like that. So this is the fun bit where you crack open the crust. Often it's not very easy, and then it should come off sort of in bits like this. Take these out. And as you can see, the skin is just coming off there. So I'm going to try and serve the fish whole, but it's breaking up a little bit. So we'll get that onto the plate like that. Looks a bit manky actually, doesn't it? Oh well. And we'll put the mayonnaise on the plate, and we'll get the pickle out of the fridge. So you can see that the samphire has got a much darker, deeper green colour. So we'll just get a bit of that onto the plate. You don't want really any of the pickling juices on there, otherwise it'll make the dish just overly acidic. Now there you have it, the mackerel with pickled samphire and carrot and lemon and coriander mayonnaise. Now it's time to test out the dish.
Oh wow! Ooh wow! It smells really, really good. Yeah.
Go straight for it.
Okay, are we
ready?
Yeah. Not bad actually.
That's pretty nice.
I think that's gone down a treat.